Hey everyone, today I will be teaching you a very useful tool that all scientists use, a process of steps that will help you answer all of your scientific questions. I'm talking about the scientific method. The scientific method is comprised of 6 steps, and it all begins with the essential question. Here you state the question that you will try to answer, and for me it'll be about water and coins. I want to see how many drops of water can fit inside a quarter. So my essential question will be something like this. How many drops of water will fit inside of a quarter before the water overflows? Make sure you make the question specific and easy to understand. It also needs to be testable. Once we've completed this, we can move on to the next step, which is research. Here we need to find out all about the topic. We need to take into account the little things and investigate facts. For example, what size are the drops of water? What is the circumference of the quarter? How do the properties of water work? All of these things will be researched and taken into account. So now that we have all the information that we need, we can begin the third step, the hypothesis. For this step, we predict what you think the correct answer will be with all the information that you have. You should use a sentence frame if and then. So for me, I would say, if I release drops of water into the coin one by one, then the water will overflow after 20 drops. Just like the title, make the hypothesis specific, easy to understand, and testable. We have just finished writing out our hypothesis, so now we have to test out our hypothesis, which brings us to our next step, the experiment. Here you're going to be testing exactly what you wrote in your essential question that we wrote back in step 1. I'm going to be dropping water onto the quarter and see how many drops I can get on the quarter before the water overflows. Well then, let's begin. During step 4, we will also be working on step 5 at the same time. Step 5 is data. In step 5, you analyze the experiment and record observations from it. In our case, we will be collecting the data for the number of drops that are on the quarter. From our experiment, we know that we can fit 29 drops of water in a quarter. Well, not quite actually. I've done this experiment several times and they have different results. So when you have an experiment that may vary like this one, here's what you need to do. Record the number of drops for each test and then you need to find the mean. So here's my data. After you collect your data, you have to add it all up, and then you divide it by the number of data plots that there are. So now we know that our average is 31. We have just finished taking our data. This means that we are on the final step, the conclusion. Here you explain if your hypothesis was correct or not and write it out. So I would say, 31 drops of water can fit in a quarter. So there you have it, the scientific method. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.